recording. I'm
Now
pretty
I
sure
gotta
I'm
go do
recording.
that too. I gotta go do that too.
Let me make sure everything's set up because I'm going to stop and I'm going to play it back. Yep.
Yeah. Let's make sure you're recording the right thing.
Yes. Don't
And
break
see-
my heart twice in a row.
Now, here's the thing, man. Like, hang on. What was that? Was that 77?
That was last week.
Yeah, that was 77 that happened on, right?
Yep.
Oh, whoops, that's 75. Not 75.
Testing music sounders.
This podcast is a part of the
guys can hear
Signals
that?
Media All-Star Network.
Yeah, the
For more
cast.
information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
There we go. There we go. That sounds like it's a
Alrighty.
plan, man.
Looking at my, making sure my things are moving with my voice, and they are.
Yay. All right.
It's always good.
Let me know when we want to sync up tracks, and I'll get my recording going.
Hang on 1 second.
Sure, Ryan's got his thing recording properly.
Properly.
That was weird. Okay. Chickadee check.
Check it.
All right.
Is it moving with
On
you properly?
the dope mic.
Go dope microphone.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Yes.
All right,
Dope
now
microphone is dope.
just a bit of a heads up. Now, of course, we are into the final 2 weeks before baby splashdown.
Yes.
We don't know about next week, and really looks doubtful for the week after, because most likely the baby will be born that week, and that'll
Yeah.
be like 3 days after he's born. So we will probably take that week off if you all are okay with that.
Well, we may take a couple weeks off depending on how the baby decides to come.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's okay.
If
Is
he
it
comes through like aliens,
coming in a
then
train.
yeah. Burst forth. I'm here.
Hello.
I have come to eat your finances.
Finances and everything else in your life.
Oh, let's
Babies.
see.
Am I right?
Yeah, I tell ya. Oh, hello there, chat room folkies.
Hello, chat room. All right, sync up tracks. Let's do that so we can start chatting away at each
Okay.
other.
Counting down in. Everybody ready to count down?
Yes.
3,
3,
2,
2,
One.
1.
ish.
Well, it's the clap is a tough thing to do. Well, the clap's
He
tough thing
finds a
deal
way to
with,
match
but,
it up. It's not like it's gonna be,
Yeah.
something interesting.
And now I'm getting to watch us all do it in the video, which is
I
awesome.
know.
Oh, and we were perfectly synced in the video. In the video, we all clapped together. It was awesome.
It doesn't sound like that,
Awesome.
but
Oh, okay. Here we go.
it's special.
Hang on.
It's special. It's the way it is. I'm looking at the
So,
videos. I'm like
It's like
peeking over.
praying. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right.
Too funny.
All
So we
right.
got Brian on video. Yay!
Yay! And we got
Look at you in your orange room.
we got Arcane
Orange
at
room.
midnight here. So if we get more, we'll take them certainly.
Yes.
So we
Let me
just
go
get out.
tweet out that we are on so people can come and see us. Is it
Yeah, we're half the
We are
people here.
live with Geek.
I was trying to tease earlier today, and I completely forgot the password to our Twitter account. Tried several times. I said, I'm not going to lock this thing up. I'll just let it go.
Do you remember it now?
No, off the top
I'll
of my
give
head.
it to you
And I'm not.
after the show.
Don't say it here. Not that I don't trust Midnight in Arcade, but let's not have it on a VOD somewhere.
Why not? We'll just put it out there for the public and see what they do.
Oh, man.
Mm. It's
Was
not
it-
like the public has ever abused things learned on the internet
On the
before.
internet, no.
Uh,
Not at all. All right, there we go.
And that's how those nude pictures of me ended up on Twitter.
Oh, and there he goes doing his Southern guy voice.
Y'all have some nude pictures? No.
I don't want Brad Pitt and Fury to take up half of my screen. So I'm going to close that ad.
So the bag of cereal is on the floor next to me, and the cats are very interested.
Of course they are.
Of
Who
course
wouldn't
they
be
are.
interested? Who wouldn't be interested?
I went.
I'll
I
go-
had to go
I'll
dig
mine,
for it.
I'll bring mine in and a glass of milk when we get to that segment. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get my.
I have had some Frankenberry and I've had some Count Chocula, but I've wanted Blueberry most of all. But I have held off for 6 days. So
You not have tried it before? Like it's
And
not.
you are so brave.
No. I've had it. I mean, I had it as a little kid, and that's the whole thing. You know, I loved it as a kid, and I'm just like, you know, will it hold up to what I remember it to be?
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
You're so
my
brave.
daughter likes it. I let her have some.
Oh, see, I didn't let anybody in my house open the Count Chocula until I opened the Count Chocula.
Okay.
mister. No. That's Spike trying to get into the bag right there.
Crazy cat lady.
Oh, I'm totally the crazy cat lady. I you know, there's no shame in admitting that. I have 3 cats and I like 2 of them. So
That's 2 more cats than I like.
yeah. Well,
I know some people that feel that way about their children.
Man,
I have 3
oh,
kids
God.
and I like 2 of them.
You've got to see the movie Sex Tape. It is
Wait, what?
so funny. What's her name? Something about Mary.
Cameron Diaz and
Cameron Diaz and Jason Segel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so funny. And there's like this you know, the basic act 1 of every movie where you're meeting characters and their friends and all this stuff that will be important later. And they're at some barbecue, and these parents are there with their twins they just had. And they're doing like really basic, like new parent talk where they're talking about, oh yeah, it's so funny how their personalities are already starting to emerge. Like this one really likes watermelon, and this one's kind of a dick. And it just, oh God, and she looks at him and he's like, hey, she's kind of a dick. You know, like it's really funny. You can tell they're just fried from having twins and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a hysterical movie.
Cliff, don't forget to write your teasers.
Oh, no, daggone it. Thank you for
You're
reminding me.
welcome.
Too late. That's called unringing a bell.
You cannot unring the bell once it has rung. Oh.
I like going back and watching the delay on the video feed.
See what we look like after we've done it. It's kind of intriguing, isn't it? Ryan is gone. Hello.
What? I'm sorry. I was watching myself talk.
I'm watching myself on camera. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna back down my gain a little bit here.
Hello, Lori.
Hello, people in the lovely chat room. We love you. Thank you for coming to see us. It's awesome.
Yeah. Next
Why are you writing it down there?
live show is Bring a Friend. So everybody bring a friend.
Bring a friend. Tell them about I Remembered It Better.
It's called double up our listenership.
Why are you writing it down there?
Oh, well, that's right.
It's like, what are you doing?
Oh, God.
I love
That's
I'm not been drinking, so I only like him a whole bunch.
Cliff. Okay. You only like him a little right now.
No, I like him a whole bunch.
Oh, okay, good.
I start drinking and then I start. I love you, man.
I love you, man. Oh. I've got cats behind me. All is good.
All right, Lori's got a new job, guys.
Yay, Lori! Congratulations.
Hey!
Yay! Awesome.
Oh, go full out. Give her the Kermit flail. Give her the Kermit flail.
Yay!
I can't wait for that to show up on the video.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out for a little while I wait for it on the video.
I'm just gonna watch Jules spaz out on the video. That'll be perfect. I don't have any applause. I need some...
There it is. There it is.
And mine is behind.
You're lagging a little bit, I guess.
I am.
Hey, Cliff, why don't you preload your tabs before?
I already did.
Did that?
I
Awesome.
already did.
Okay.
I did that.
You load your tabs, Cliff.
I preloaded my tab.
I feel like your mother.
Did you write your teasers?
Did you write your sounders? Or did you write your teasers? Did you reload your clips?
Are you wearing clean underwear?
Did you go outside in dirty underwear today?
I did not, but I did go to work in my pajamas tonight.
What?
I realized I had left my phone charger. My phone was about to die, and I wore a suit today because I had to go to a funeral. And I came home and I wanted to be comfy, so I put on some pajama pants. and a Batman shirt, and I'm very Batman pajama-rific. I'll go ahead and show you that I'm wearing my Batman pajama.
Oh God, where's this going? Okay, shoo.
Where's this going?
Ooh, I saw that leg coming
Batman
up.
shirt, with my Batman shirt, and so like I had to run back over to church, and I'm like, okay, it's okay, nobody will see me. I'm there. No one will be there. Pull up, the custodian is there.
Of course.
But he's working down.
And he was like, Jesus Christ, it's Batman.
So I go sneaking in, and he's downstairs, and I just kind of run through the church as fast as I can to go get my charger. And go like, bye, see ya. He never saw me. He never saw me in my Batman outfit.
I'm leaving. Batman gotta go do stuff later.
You're gonna go there
I'm
tomorrow.
just here to get my charger.
There's gonna be a note from the custodian. The Dark Knight took your phone charger. Kind of a jerk.
Batman robbed the church.
That's great. I love it.
All right. Well, let's get this thing rolling.
All right. You can count it down when you're ready to go.
All right. Counting down in 3, 2, 1.
Wait a second.
Does something happen?
There it is. Okay. Do it again.
Counting it down again. See, I didn't make that mistake.
That was me.
3, 2, 1.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really.
Coming up for episode 78, Saturdays just got a bit sad. Monster Cereal Fest, and you won't be licking Val Kilmer.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
This is I Remembered It Better, a podcast experiment in geek nostalgia.
Come on, bark like a dog for me.
Ooh, I done a bad thing.
We're on a mission from God.
This is my boomstick.
Kiss my converse.
Look what's extraordinarily bad.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now, here are your hosts.
Oh no, not again.
See that the humans remain entertained until the end.
Welcome to I Remembered It Better, the show that takes a look back and asks, was it as good as we thought it was? Coming to you from Dayton, Ohio, where I'm all about some fall. I'm Cliff Haddix, also known as Redman Geek, and I'm joined in tonight's analytic look back by from Atlanta, Georgia, where another sweet nickname has been ripped from his grasp, Ryan Allgood.
Yeah, what's going on, Cliff?
I'm good. I'm all about some fall. I've got my cider. I'm drinking my cider this evening and enjoying it, and knowing that I'm just a few days away from pumpkin pie being acceptable to eat for every meal. So things are good. Things are good.
I don't know that pumpkin pie is ever acceptable for every
Okay,
meal.
not every meal. Okay.
But you gotta throw in like a sweet potato pie once in a while.
That's true. And there are some people who find those interchangeable. I do not find those interchangeable.
No.
There is nothing quite as tragic as thinking you're about to eat pumpkin pie and finding out on the first bite it is sweet potato. No, nothing against sweet potato pie. It's its own thing. But when you think it's going to be pumpkin and you're wrong, it's just not right.
I went very nearly went apeshit on a waitress when she said, well, we don't have any pumpkin pie, but we got this sweet potato pie. It's the same thing. And it's not. And I explained to her over the course of the next 15 minutes why that's not true. And I can't ever go back to that restaurant now. So, oh well.
Well, what nickname got ripped away from you?
Well, there's this really great story. I don't know if you heard about this, the shoplifter, I think out west, who was stealing electronics from a Costco, and he was totally getting away with it. But he had the signature look. He had the sweet mustache that like totally framed his mouth, and he wore it was like Uggs or something like all the time. So that in looking at the security feed, the police took to calling him El Mustachio the Magician. And I heard the story on the radio. I was like, damn it! I was gonna be El Mustachio the Magician. Why, Lord? Why not me?
Now, why did they say the magician? Was it the way in which he would get away with it?
Because he was just like, he was just getting away with it. Like he was grabbing like TVs or something from Costco, and just on a regular basis, and they just like nobody was seeing it happen. Like they caught it on the security cameras, I guess later, but that and like that sweet mustache kind of makes him look like a magician. Like you shouldn't have a super sweet mustache like that and not be a magician. Like Yanni should not be a musician. He should be a magician, but he's not.
Yeah. Doug Henning. Now there was a man with a sweet mustache. 80s magician. You probably don't even remember him. He died a long time ago.
Because best case scenario is like 9. So
he was a magician with a very sweet mustache. So
cool. He made his fame disappear.
Oh no, he died, so he did no more magic, and people have forgotten about him.
Right. Ta-da! It's called the slow play.
From Madison, Wisconsin. She's no longer wired up to a little battery-powered machine. It's Jules Scott.
I know that might sound a little inappropriate, but
yes, it does. It sounds incredibly inappropriate.
I promise it's
sounds
not.
Perfect for the show.
I promise it's not. I promise.
What, were you having to do a monitoring thing?
I
or
did.
What?
I had to wear. I had to wear a heart monitor yesterday. Oh, the day before yesterday, and then into yesterday. I apparently have an irregular heartbeat that seems to have picked up in weirdness, and so, yeah.
Become more irregular?
Yeah, like
an irregular heartbeat.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
it's more of a syncopated heartbeat.
It's weird, is what it is, and it's a little uncomfortable, and it's kind of been affecting me a little bit with being tired, and there's some weird other symptoms that are happening, like my foot keeps swelling for some real weird reason. Anyway, so I had to wear this heart monitor yesterday, and I couldn't really describe how it makes you feel to be wired to something that you can't take off. And I had to wear it for 24 hours, which meant I couldn't take a shower, and going to the bathroom is a delicate issue because you don't want to drop the thing as you're trying to just and not dismantle it. And so when I got
drop it in the toilet
and drop it in the toilet. So I was literally, when I got that done, and the stickers start to itch your skin, and so when I got it done, I was like, get me out of this. I'm pulling things off of me, and I just felt so free again. It was like I was tied to this little beeper-sized machine that was on my belt, and it was really odd. So I don't know anything yet. I won't know until next week, but it was kind of weird. So I'm no longer wired to it, and I feel free.
Yeah, I had to wear one of those.
Did you?
Yeah, a couple years ago, and
Is
wore
this after
same
your
thing.
visit up to see us?
Yeah, I've actually worn a couple of these because I've had I guess a few concerns along that route, but and it's it's very binding. Like there were two kind of funny things though that happened with mine. Like first of all, like I'm a pretty hairy guy, so yeah,
I can see.
So
I can attest to this. Yes.
Okay, well that's not never talking about it again, Cliff. But no, so there was some shaving involved that was mildly embarrassing, and then when the monitor comes off, I'm left with this jack-o'-lantern pattern, like a very 40-year-old virgin across my pelt. So there was that, and then there was also, while I was wearing it, we had this girl in our office, and like I was doing some paperwork at a table, like she snuck up on me. She's like, "Boo!" I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" I was like, "Don't do that." And so I decided. She was like, "Oh, what's the matter? Do you have a heart condition?" So I decided to mess with her.
Oh no!
And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Actually, yeah, I do." You throw me into like an early heart attack or something. She's like, "Whatever." So I raised my shirt up enough so that she could see all the wires. I was like, "Oh, really?" And she's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." And she just like broke down. She's like, "I could have killed you." I was like, "Yeah, you could have." And I just left. And like, that's the end of the story. It doesn't end with me being like, "Aha, it's a joke." No, it's her thinking about that time she almost killed me. So,
wow. See, now that's kind of harsh and hilarious. Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah.
No, I know what you mean. You can't like do anything.
Yeah. And it feels like you don't want to drop it. And you don't want to disconnect it. And sure don't want to like accidentally pull on something and have it rip your skin off. So it's just this whole kind of weird trapped feeling. And I mean, for me, they know what I've got is PVCs, so these premature ventricular contractions. That's what they know I've got. It's just a matter of how much I'm getting. So but it's been apparently more pronounced in the last couple of months, and so I have a very good cardiologist now. So yeah, that was my excitement of the week this week. Is wearing this lovely little thing.
She's more machine now than
man.
Twisted and evil.
Well, let's move on from our medical conditions to more happy things. Because we have come together tonight, the geeks, the fanboys, and the fangirls. Call us what you want. We all have the things we love and obsess over. We often hold a special place for the things of our childhood. Webster's Dictionary defines nostalgia as a wistful or excessively sentimental yearning for a return to or of some past period or irrecoverable condition. So how many of the things that we have geeked out on in the past, and may still to this day, are really as awesome as we remember? And how many of them have we overhyped in our memory to the point that a second look will have us saying, why did we like this? So, what geeky goodness have you been into this week, Ryan?
Let's see. I know I did something geeky. It's gonna come to me. Wait for it. Oh, this is so lame. I had like 2 things, and I can't remember what they are now.
Video game, TV show, movie, book. Killed a guy.
Well, I mean, that. You start telling that story every week, just to watch him die. Well, I did start watching Entourage on demand. I didn't see it when it was on. I don't know why, because that show's amazing, and it's incredibly addictive. So I watched like the first season of that in a night over the weekend, like. I couldn't sleep, and I stayed up for, I think the first season's like 8 episodes, so 4 hours of just watching that. Very, very good show, like really kind of funny and I think smart, very addictive. Makes me want to be not so much famous, but like next to the famous guy now, like in his entourage. Yeah. So
but
it's
you've already got that,
Sorry, who do I know that's famous?
Batman.
Oh, are you talking about that time I went to Dragon Con with Revan Geek? Hey everybody, Revan Geek. We got Revan Geek over here. See, nobody cares.
Batman.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No. So I've really been hooked on that show, this is a bad time to get hooked on on new TV too,
because there's lots of other new TV coming out at the same time.
Everything's coming out. Like I watched what I thought was kind of a really crappy episode of Once Upon a Time. I don't know if you've seen the season premiere.
We're getting ready to.
Frozen stuff. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed.
Would you call it jumping the shark?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It really. It did, and this. I always have these weird issues with things where in this world, this one thing doesn't exist because it is their thing. Like, for example, when you read Sherlock Holmes, there's no Sherlock Holmes stories in that world, right? Because he's the guy. There's no stories about him. He's the guy. So we're watching Once Upon a Time, and Frozen stuff is going on. And I turned to Christine. I was like, "Isn't it kind of weird that none of them have just seen this movie that just came out? Because it wouldn't make sense if there was, a Frozen. There's no Frozen movie happening in Once Upon a Time. So I don't know. All those other characters. I mean, I like Frozen. I think it's great, but I think all those other characters are like these great beloved characters. Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, blah blah blah. And now here's Frozen that we're still buying a lot of merchandise for. It's not quite time.
Well, on that note, our daughter's Halloween costume showed up that she ordered. She ordered an Elsa costume. She wants to be Elsa this year. I'm convinced that on Halloween night, I will be able to create 2 columns. Kids in Frozen costumes and everything else. And I'm willing to bet that Frozen is going to be what shows up at my door time and time and time again.
And Guardians of the Galaxy probably too.
Maybe for boys. Yeah. Maybe. But there's a lot of other areas for boys that they're excited about. All the girls are just Frozen crazy right now. I'm convinced it's going to be a non-stop thing of Frozen. And when we first got her this costume and it showed up, we let her try it on once. And she's like, I want to wear it. We're like, no. You got to save it for Halloween. She's like, no, I want to wear it. And my wife made the mistake of saying, you can wear it trick-or-treat night and you can wear it to church. Now, she meant you can wear it to church for trunk or treat. We have our little Halloween thing that we do.
Oh.
But Guess what she wanted to wear this last Sunday morning?
Of course.
You said I could wear it to church. No, not this weekend. No, you promised. You said I could wear it. Oh, don't melt down.
See, that's when Emily needs to do what I do, which is pull the Darth Vader Lando Calrissian. I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it further. No, you're not going to wear it to church, and you might not ever wear it again. So, but I got my parenting skills from NFL. Read the Peterson book on fatherhood. Really good. Too soon?
A little too soon.
Too soon?
Yeah, a little too soon.
Way too soon.
Yeah.
Wah,
okay,
wah.
And what else have you done, Ryan?
Man, it's been a pretty busy week at work, so I know I haven't been up to too much. And apparently what I have been up to was so memorable that I can't remember what it was. So I'm probably just going to drop it there, and then I'll just blurt something out in the middle of someone else's when I'll be like, oh, I did that too, or whatever. So,
Did you watch the latest episode of Scorpion?
Yes.
You saw that one from yesterday?
Did that. Yeah, I watched that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely had better moments. You're not watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., are you, Ryan?
No, I couldn't hang. I watched the first couple episodes and was just like, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's to me, I think it's kind of reached Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. level as it is now, which is they've done a good job with it. They've handled it well. So I've been watching both of those. They've had a lot that's happened since taking on all the changes from Captain America. So yeah, so Scorpion I think is going to be one that we'll stick with, and it's one we can watch with my stepdaughter too. So that one,
yeah, actually
both shows are good ones to watch with her. So we've been watching.
Did she explain how all the hacking's working to you? Is that how it works?
No, I think she said something tonight like, "I want to be that like math smart." And my husband turns to her and says, "That'd be great, but then you would have no ability to have relationships with anybody because your brain wouldn't work that way." And she's like, "Oh, it just didn't seem to be a fair enough trade."
That's a missed opportunity because he should have turned to her and been like, "Eat your vegetables, then."
That's the problem, though. You can't do that. She eats pretty much everything. She enjoys every kind of, vegetable and
clean your room. Then.
Keep your room clean.
And she does that too. It's more about
don't date.
Don't date. I like that one. Yeah, date when you're 30. I think that's fair.
When I'm dead, you'll have a long life after I die. So you just.
Yeah. No, that doesn't really work well for a psyche of 11.
You can do the things you want to do after I'm dead. That's not a seed you want to plant.
Parenting 101 with Ryan Allgood.
It's that or Basements and Chains. Like I said, Peterson trained. Okay.
Yeah. Again with the too soon.
It's already out.
So what else did you do there? What else did you do there, Jules? Anything else?
So since I've been kind of feeling a little bit more or less energetic than I have been normally, I've been spending some time watching on Netflix. I'm on season 3 of Scandal, and I've been watching that. And I really enjoy that show. I've watched 2 seasons of it, and then I kind of fell off on the 3rd. So been watching that one on my iPad. Cat curled up on my lap. It's not a bad deal.
Isn't it interesting? I mean, that's another one of those shows where you love one character, one episode, next you're like, oh, no.
Well,
no, bad.
Pretty much
person.
Every single character on that show is a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah, but you don't find that out right away.
No.
They seem like really great at one point, then you're like, oh, wow, really?
Yeah,
wow.
So it's just one of those things where you're just like, okay, if I'm accepting the fact that they're all horrible people and they're going to be doing horrible things to each other, then I'll just enjoy the horribleness for what it is. So, and so playing World of Warcraft, still working on that druid. I saw Cliff in game last night.
Yes, I was going to get to that in mind, but I'll go ahead and address it now. So Heroes of the Storm went down because they had their calm before the storm to make their next stage of alpha. And that had been where all of my gaming attention had been, was I was playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm. But then my Blizzard launcher window was up, And they had a reminder that if you wanted the Azeroth chopper, you had to log in by September 29th.
It was good that
if
they
you
did
wanted.
that.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I wasn't going to do it. I was in the middle of something, but so I was going to do it that night. But at lunchtime, I started watching the Azeroth chopper because I never watched it. So on my lunch break, I blitz watched Azeroth choppers. Don't ask me why. I just did. Because I used to actually enjoy.
Why?
I used to enjoy American choppers back in the day. Until it got less about the building and more about the drama. I like the build aspect of it. I don't like the fabricated drama. And they did have a touch of fabricated drama in this, but it was cool to see them create these bikes that were going to be put in the game, especially because the bikes had tank treads, which was just really kind of cool. But anyway, I was like, okay, well, I want to make sure I log in so I'll be able to get my Horde bike whenever I do upgrade to Draenor. So I logged in, I'm going through my characters, and I started seeing some people that I hadn't seen in a while. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and play for a little bit. I haven't for a while. So I hopped on Revan Geek proper, the actual Revan Geek character who's a priest who's 72. And I just started playing and just started healing. Next thing I know, I had him up to 75.
Look at you.
And I was like, well, I've used up all his rested rate. Who else have I got? And I just started hopping from alt to alt to alt, using up all their rested rate and leveling them up. So that's kind of what I've been doing since.
That's awesome. See, now you got a little bit of the WoW bug back.
I got a little bit of the WoW bug back. Yeah, I've got. I spent a little time on my druid. What's his name? Oh, Fuzzy Wuzzy. On him earlier, and
I'm sorry. Quick clarification. Was he a bear?
He sometimes is a bear because he's a druid.
Okay.
So Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, and sometimes he'll be a cat. So it just depends on what the thing calls.
Doesn't rhyme. It's not how it goes at all.
Well, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. So Fuzzy wasn't Wuzzy. Was he? That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
Fuzzy
right.
wasn't fuzzy then. I don't even know.
So yeah, so Fuzzy Wuzzy and my shaman Tartarin, and my paladin Pally Carpaccio. So I'm big on food names. Yeah, I have goofy names for all my characters.
That's awesome.
So I've been leveling them up, using up all their rested rates and getting back into them. So yeah, it's kind of cool. The bug is pulling me back. The bug is pulling me back a little bit. Now we'll have to see what happens next week when Heroes comes back. We'll have to see. I'll probably split some of my time up, but yeah, I've had some fun getting back into WoW.
You've got. I mean, it takes like 10 days total that Heroes is going to be down. So
yeah,
all weekend.
So what else? What else besides WoW? Anything
that
else?
Was pretty much it. I had a series of podcasts this past weekend. So
yes, you were the internet darling all this weekend. You were everywhere.
I was everywhere.
You couldn't sneeze without hitting you in the iTunes store. You were.
It was an awesome weekend though, man. I did things that I've been on shows I'd never done before. I ran Triple T came back and ran the show myself, edited everything, posted it all. And so I walked away from this weekend feeling suitably geeky and suitably accomplished. So
you did quite well on Current Geek. I want to put out. You did very well on Current Geek. I haven't a chance to listen to all the stuff you were on because you were just on too much. I'm sorry, you were on too much.
Yes, I was.
I still have to catch up on the Gamers Inn and Triple T for this week. But Current Geek, you did quite well.
Thank you. It was almost a little intimidating, but at least I've done a show with Scott before, so it was a little more comfortable. But I'm sitting here going, I'm staring at Tom Merritt right now on Skype. Hi. That was a little odd.
He's looking back at you with those dreamy eyes, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it was amazing. So what else have you been up to this week for geeky goodness?
For me, well, of course, catching up on Doctor Who. We were 2 episodes behind. It was a very busy week last week, so we were catching up on episodes and enjoying the past few weeks' episodes and enjoying what they're doing, enjoying seeing how his personality is developing and the things that he's doing, and also how they're bringing in Clara's boyfriend, which looks like he's going to become a companion of sorts too, which we had kind of talked about, I think, a while back on the show, that character was going to in some way become companion-esque. Enjoyed that. Did something kind of cool at the library. the last time we were there, I got an itch for sound. I love soundtracks. I love music from movies, music from TV shows. So I got online, and you know how you can have, if you have like a large network of libraries, you can request stuff from other libraries. So I requested a whole bunch of soundtracks and didn't think I thought it would be a while. No, they all showed up at once. So the last time that I went to the library, I brought home 8 soundtracks.
Whoa.
It's basically like all the Doctor Who's from Matt Smith, the beginning of the Matt Smith era up to the current era. Also Inception and the Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Returns. Basically, so anywhere I drive, it's an adventure. Just crank the music up and listen. Yeah. And it's really weird because, I mean, I've always been like this. I can hear the speeches from the shows and from the movies, like when the music plays, and I can visualize it. And it just makes driving so much more pleasant everywhere I go.
That's cool.
So yeah, so that's been scratching that itch. I have to take them all back tomorrow, so it's time to return them to the movie. But I've got to find. Oh, we've lost Pinocchio somewhere in this house. It's not good. We got, our daughter wanted Pinocchio for, we do Disney movie night or family movie night on Fridays. Friday night we'll have pizza, and then we'll sit down and all watch a movie together and eat popcorn. And we did Pinocchio, and now I can't find it.
Oh no!
And that's one that if we can't find, I bet it's not cheap to replace because it's in the vault right now. So hopefully we can figure out what happened to it. She keeps saying I didn't do anything with it, but we'll just see where.
Yeah, that's in her room somewhere, bro.
Probably.
Yep.
That's what we've been up to. Let's see what's been going on in the news.
Need a break or ready to roll in?
I was seeing what else. I guess we.
I remembered my other thing.
Oh, you remember?
Oh, you remember the thing? Okay.
Yeah. I saw, as I was looking through actually articles for our stuff, reference to this MMO game called Days or DayZ or something,
Days.
like some zombie apocalypse.
Oh, the zombie
survival
apocalypse
MMO.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, is that a thing? Is that out? Is that real? Because I couldn't find really much else on it. Like,
it's on
the wiki
Steam.
page.
It's on Steam, and I think it's in beta, but I think it's a paid beta. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I've heard very mixed reviews from it. When it first started, it was
awesome.
When it first came out, it was a steaming pile, but I don't know how it is now. They may have improved it, but when it first came out, people were not thrilled. It was very buggy, but I think it's gotten better. I can't speak to it exactly, but I believe it's through Steam. So, do you have a Steam account? Do you have Steam for games?
I'll have to check that out.
Oh, someone just put it in the someone just put it in the chat room for you.
Yeah, that's Arcane.
So.
By golly, Arcane's got it. Back.
Okay,
he's got it.
Arcane's got it right there.
Sweet. I'm gonna have to check that out because I was watching some YouTube like gameplay footage of it, and it just, I mean, the guy that was doing the video was a spaz. I didn't like him at all, but just the look of that game, like you got to stay hydrated, you have to eat, all this stuff, just like basic survival things, and you have to not get killed by zombies or murdered by other douchebag players. So
and that right there is the one thing that's keeping me. If that's an option, there's a reason I don't play on PvP servers.
Yeah, I don't normally like PvP servers, but for a zombie apocalypse survival game, like that's a real thing. Like, Walking Dead, we've seen it. Like, it's not just the zombies you got to worry about. It's the other, especially when it comes down to resources. It's the other people too. So I kind of like that for that game.
But I know how gaming worlds work. And what will happen is there'll be a group of people that gangs
Please
up to
tell me how they work.
To just be bullies. There are people who will team up just to be bullies and ruin other people's gaming experience. Yeah. And they will get so big, and that's all they do. And there won't be any group they'll be able to team up to stop them. And you're just going to get it's going to be Stranglethorn Vale all over again. So if anyone's been on a PvP server, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, and then the other part of my geeky goodness, it goes with zombies, is reading the second compendium of Walking Dead. And I think you mentioned you were reading you'd started reading the first one.
The first.
All right, I'm just about done. So when I finish up, I'm going to send it to you so you can read it.
You're the second person who's offered to send me the second one. Cool.
We'll see who sends it first. I'm your best friend, so the other person should stand down. All right, whoever you are, other guy, back
That's my
off. I
friend
got this.
At Stephen Gill, he's who sent me the first one. So
Okay, Steven, probably with a PH, right?
Yeah, and he's a big fan of the show, so don't be too harsh.
Well, just recognize Steven.
Okay.
Unless you finish it first, but that's fine. Just let me know, actually, because I don't want to waste the postage. That's really what this is about. You know what? Never mind. Steven, you send it. I'll just keep my copy. Because Cliff loses my stuff when I loan it to him. So.
Oh, yeah. Well.
I know exactly.
Game of Thrones.
Is. I know exactly where it is. I know exactly.
As of what? Like a week ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago? How long have you had it? Years? Cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, good luck with that, Steven. Pretty much count that lost. That book is gone now. Sorry, buddy. You and I could be friends, Steven. In fact, I just want to talk just to you for a minute. How you been, pal? That's good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I really don't have a problem with the PH either. It's a V. Interesting. Did Cliff know that?
No, it's PH.
Shut up, Cliff. This is an AB conversation. See your way out of it. All right? 2 hours of this. 2 hours of one-sided conversation between me and Steven.
There you go. All right.
That's what we've been up to. Let's see what's been going on in the news.
Stand by for news.
Epic news flash. And the big no news of the day is no news. This is Les Nessman saying, may the good news be yours.
In the news.
Yeah, we'll do it live.
It used to be part of Saturday mornings. You got up, you grabbed yourself some cereal, you sat down in front of the TV, and you watched Saturday morning cartoons.
Amen.
That ain't happening on network television anymore. It has come to an end.
I mean, the list here from 1985 to 1986, what NBC Saturday mornings were: Snorks, Adventures of the Gummy Bears, Smurfs, Punky Brewster, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Kid Video, Mr. T, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and Plus One to Grow On.
I have no idea what Plus One to Grow On
I have
is,
no idea
Every
either.
one of those other shows I know.
I think that was by the time my parents were like, okay, get off the television. So
Yeah.
Right. Go outside.
Get off the TV.
You actually watch the Mr. T cartoon. No, you have to stop. You have to stop.
As long as you didn't watch it while you ate the Mr. T cereal.
Yes.
Oh, no.
There have been enough fools pitied in this house. You have to go outside. You have to go outside.
It's funny, though, because we have the same struggle here now with Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. You know, given the opportunity, that would be all day.
Again, that's a paid television service for someone who has cable. In terms of a regular network playing animated stuff on Saturday morning, it's not happening anymore. The CW aired its last batch of Vortex programming, meaning that there is no more animated broadcast TV to start the weekends. It is all live teen tween stuff, live action stuff. No more animated cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what really and it also means no more of those preview specials. I used to love the preview specials.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about? It was usually on like a prime time slot on like a Friday night that like some star would host a show talking about all the animated cartoons that were going to be coming up on Saturday mornings.
Yeah. I mean,
the brand new
we're going
slot.
back, but I remember this.
Oh, yeah. A lot of time, like the Different Strokes cast or somebody like that, the Punky Brewster cast would be on there and they would be talking about, oh, here's all this. And then the characters would show up in some weird way and you'd watch it. Or it'd be a mystery that had to be solved through all the characters. And,
Yeah.
but no, none of that. And it's just not even flat out cartoons anymore. It's just, no.
I know. Well, you know, and it's just going to be more about, it's going to drift away. We're going to be sad and nostalgic about it, even though we don't get up on the Saturday mornings to watch cartoons. But our kids now, they don't register this. They don't register what it was like to just turn on 5 channels when you had it and watching cartoons in the morning before everybody got out of bed. So it's just, now they're going to get up and watch Disney Channel and Nickelodeon.
No, my kids get up
stream. Yeah.
And and turn on the DVR and they go right to the shows they want to see, and they'll watch like 10 back-to-back episodes of them. And I can only take so much Sheriff Callie's Wild Wild West before blood starts pouring out of my ears.
I thought it was that horse show. I thought the horse show was the one that was always on.
Horseland. They stopped making Horseland. They still watch it on Netflix every now and then, but they've seen every episode. They stopped
making it. How are your kids dealing with the fact they stopped making it?
Because it's on Netflix, and
they can watch whatever they want.
Watch
whenever.
it, yeah,
watch the
whenever
same
they
ones
want to. And they have actual horses, so
that's true.
Go do that instead. But I don't know. What was your? Sorry?
Oh no, I was gonna say kids don't really care if it's new or if it's not. If they enjoy it, they'll watch it 100,000 times.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time my daughter has turned to me when we went down to like the last episode of something. See, my wife and I have differing opinions. At the minute my child has watched an episode, my wife will delete it from the DVR.
Yeah.
Gone. I save it because I know she's going to want them again. And if I have to watch the same episode over and over again, I will be jabbing something into my eye sockets. Yeah. But there have been and I at least want to keep a backup episode if my child's like, I want to watch blank. And finally I said, I'm sorry, Madeline, your mommy deleted that. It's not on there. I'm like, heck, I will not be thrown under the bus alone. I'm taking my wife with me.
It's going to say gently lying your wife down in the street so the bus can go right over her.
There you go. There you go.
What was y'all's cereal of choice for Saturday morning cartoon viewing?
Trix.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
I was a big fan of Donkey Kong and Smurfberry Crunch back in the day.
Smurfberry Crunch.
And Captain Crunch. And
Lucky
of course
Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
And also some cereals we'll be getting to later in the episode.
Yes.
I was a big fan of Fruity Pebbles.
Oh yeah.
I really like some Fruity Pebbles and the Sugar Puffs.
Oh,
but,
yep, those two. Yep.
I always got like we always had the knockoff brands in our house.
The ones that got stale instantly, so it felt like you were chewing styrofoam.
Yeah, but I mean, enough sugar on that stuff, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it could have been my shoelaces. Like, I'm just like, whatever, just more sugar on it. Great, yum.
I have to say, the knockoffs have gotten better.
Yes.
Oh, the knockoffs have gotten a lot better.
Now, the bag knockoffs are pretty good now. They're not bad.
Yeah, that big, massive bag that will always be at the end of the cereal aisle that they sell in the generic. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I'm reluctant to get one of those because we eat cereal so slowly in my house. It's like, all right, we've had this bag of Fruit Loops since the Reagan administration. It's time. It's time to, and it's half of it's still here. So I'm just going to throw it out. I was hoping it went stale, but this is really good Ziploc technology. So
I was a big fan of the Lucky Charms, and I would always eat all of the cereal part and leave all of the marshmallows to eat at the end.
Yes.
So it was like a surgical procedure to like pick out with the spoon to pick out the actual cereal bits and not get any of the marshmallows with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of a weird kid. I used to eat my M&Ms in certain orders. I swear I'm not OCD.
Oh yeah, I used to group them together.
In color order.
Definitely not OCD.
I'm not OCD.
Definitely. 250 toothpicks. Definitely not OCD.
Definitely not OCD. Any other cereals that you guys were eating during that time?
There's something that my dad started to do that I still will occasionally do, which is I know is not a cereal technically, but it was in our house, which was you took graham crackers and you crumbled them up and poured milk over them and ate them like a mush.
Really?
Oh, it's good, especially if you do it with the cinnamon ones. Oh, it's so good.
Golden grams?
Yeah, no, it's better when it's an actual graham cracker.
Well, it's mush then.
It is mush, which is fine. It's a fine mush. I like it. It's
like sugar gruel.
Pretty much. Pretty much, but we ate a lot of that as a kid, too.
Nice.
I used to eat a lot of Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Oh, I love that stuff. And then it kind of binds your intestines up.
Yeah, it really does. But I don't know what it was about. I just loved it, and it's kind of sweet, it's delicious, kind of granola-y, and but yeah, I would eat that. But the thing is, like, I saw some in the grocery store. I was like, ooh, some Cracklin' Oat, $4 a box for that little box.
Yes.
No, thank you. That's fine and dandy when mom and dad are paying the bills, but Just gonna go over here and get the 30-pound bag of Fruit Loops or whatever. Comes in a larger bag than my dog food, but that's fine.
No, they're citrus circles. They're citrus, not Fruit Loops. They're citrus
They're
circles.
Fruitos. They're Fruitos down
Fruitos.
here.
Oh, yeah, what they call it? Fruitos? Okay.
Fruitos.
Look at that, how we spun that into 2 different directions. That's awesome.
We do that well.
A little backspin on that story.
Oh, this next story makes me mad.
Yeah. All right, this falls in the category of stories where we're going to peel the onion very carefully in what we say here. Apparently Amazon, on the Amazon Prime, has Tom and Jerry available to be streamed. And but they have placed a warning on Tom and Jerry, a ethnic and racial prejudice warning, because of some of the themes and some of the characters portrayed in Tom and Jerry and the classic Tom and Jerry cartoons. Who wants to dive into this one first?
This makes me so mad. It makes me so mad because, and I'm not the person. Okay, I'm not the person that's aimed to, because I know this. But I have to say that anybody who watched Tom and Jerry as a kid would also know this and would most likely tell their kids, and it maybe just explain some of the weird stuff that they might see in there and may not understand. But it makes me angry that they have to even place this kind of warning on this, because I would consider these to be historical representations of the time. And you don't need a disclaimer on history, in my opinion.
Well, I can specifically remember probably every one of the things they're talking about from Tom and Jerry cartoons. I can remember the voice acting. I can remember when something would blow up in somebody's face and they'd look up and they would be in blackface.
Yep.
And I can see a label that puts it in contextual understanding that there was a time when certain things are okay and they're not okay anymore. Like, you won't see this stuff in a current cartoon. I don't know how you do that, though, in just a few letters underneath a preview window.
Yeah.
But there are some things that I would not want my kid to go to school and make jokes or repeat from some of that stuff. As some people might see it as very innocuous and no big deal, but I could see how it also can be seen the other way.
Yeah. But I didn't go to school making those kinds of jokes when I watched Tom and Jerry every day after school.
You didn't try to talk like the maid? You never voice acted the maid?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I did, because
that'd be a really weird thing to imitate from TV.
Yeah, seriously. It would be like one of those things where you're just like, yeah, but maybe. No, I never had that. I never had that situation where I don't know. I mean, there's talking about things about smoking and racial stereotypes and cannibalism. Okay, great. I'm not going to be going around and trying to eat another, person because I saw Tom and Jerry do it. I don't know.
I try to be sensitive to my daughter understanding that races are different.
Yeah.
And that there are wonderful things about the fact that races are different. And I want her to realize that. I don't want her to have her education from an old cartoon as to ways that they're different, because some of those are not always very sensitive.
Well, no, and that's where you have a conversation with her and say, at the time, this was thought to be okay. And today we don't deem that okay. They talk about a black maid known as Mammy Two Shoes, and I remember that character. I remember that character in Tom and Jerry, and obviously it's going to be considered racist now. It wasn't considered racist when I was 8 years old, to portray that in a cartoon. And I think that's the message that you have to put through, is that, this is something that when these were designed, it was a very different time. And I look at it as history, and I don't think it needs a disclaimer for that to put onto a cartoon. That's how I'm seeing it. I think it's coming to more of, if you were someone who watched Tom and Jerry, you would know this, and you need to tell, your kids or talk to your kids about it. but I hate the fact that it even requires that.
Well, but on the other hand, and I'll just put this out there, playing devil's advocate, the later Tom and Jerry's didn't have any of that.
No.
You know, and if someone didn't realize the full history of Tom and Jerry, I could see where a bit of a heads up that, you know, the earlier episode, kind of like earlier Popeye. You know, earlier Popeye, really racist, especially during the World War II era stuff.
Right.
There's an awful lot of very anti-Asian, very anti-German stuff that's in there that you need that, you know, if someone didn't know any better, you know, oh, wow, I can't believe I let my kid watch this for 3 hours. You know, and I'm a huge advocate that you need to know what your kids are watching. You know, I as painful as it is, everything my child is watching, I'm in the room with her, you know, so if she does have a question or why is this, why is that, you know, I do my best to answer as best I can. Yeah. Fortunately, most of it's pretty innocuous, as in, you know, why does Melly always measure with her pigtails? Because that's the way she's made, honey. You know, I haven't had to ask hard racial questions yet, but they'll probably come someday. They probably will.
Oh, they will.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's it.
And I guess that's it.
And I guess that's it.
All right.
Well, I came dressed appropriately for the next story here. Batman stamps, and it's the Batman Forever postage. If you haven't had to buy stamps for any reason because you email everything, you can buy what are called Forever stamps. Basically meaning it will be first class postage whenever you use it, so long as you paid for it. And when the postage price goes up, your Forever stamp still counts. But that has led to the wonderful pun of Batman Forever stamps.
If you're gonna buy stamps, always buy Forever stamps. And now you can buy Batman Forever stamps because they rock. They're pretty darn cool.
But there is no Val Kilmer on these Batman.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm glad they're not actual Batman Forever stamps. You know, like, oh hey, there's Jim Tard.
You know, in the post office, I don't know if you guys saw this, but when the post office recently kind of did their revamping of their priority mail, like those boxes that they have where you can, you know, it's a flat rate ship and you just put everything that can fit in the box and it ships at that one price. They're all branded with Spider-Man on them.
Oh.
It was tied with the whole Spider-Man, the Spider-Man that came out, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think it was. But yeah, it's so weird to see the post office kind of tying in that, and then we've got Batman on the stamps, which, you know, they've done stamps for everybody, but so even the post office is getting to be all superhero like.
I think the post office is trying to be like, hey kids, we're still cool. we're as good as your face page thing. Twitter,
write a real letter. Write yourself a real letter.
Hey kids, it's okay to stand in a line for 20 minutes and get a really surly person on the other end, because everybody does it.
Yeah.
Wow. Someone had a bad experience at the post office recently.
I always have a bad experience at the post office. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I had somebody like reject my passport application. The first time I did my passport, she wanted to reject my application because she couldn't read my signature. She was like very irate. She's like, "Are you a doctor? Only doctors can be elected." I'm like, "This is a signature. It's why you make me print my name underneath it, lady. Now take the paperwork, shut your K-hole, give me my international travel documents."
Wow.
Yeah, they don't like it when you talk to people like that in the post office.
No, they don't.
When I went to get my passport photo done, it was when I was still in Atlanta. At the time, I had long hair because I had to have long hair for a vacation Bible school thing. I was going to be the mad scientist. So, but
was this the age of the Cliffro?
This is the age of the Cliffro.
Oh,
yes.
This thing was fantastic.
It was.
We need pictures of this.
Oh, I'll have to see if I can find a picture before the show's over.
Ryan should have.
I bet I could find one before the story's over.
Oh, if you look in Facebook, I'm sure you could find one.
Screw Facebook. I'm on my hard drive.
Oh,
the Cliffro.
But I would comb it back and slick it back when it wasn't, when I didn't want it to be a fro, which was most times. So I went to get my picture taken, at the post office in Atlanta in the summertime, and the person who took the photographs was on break. And at this time, I lived like 45 minutes away from my work. I wasn't going to go home. So I sat in the unair-conditioned lobby for 45 minutes waiting for this person to come back. And my hair just began to bloom.
Oh, no.
And bloom. And I became sweaty and just more and more surly. So when I got my picture taken, I'm just like this angry-looking person with really jacked-up hair. I looked like... Who was that terrorist that was arrested in the white T-shirt after the World Trade Center, the first bombing? I looked like him.
Oh, no.
And when I first got my passport, I'm like, no one's going to let me into their country with this. No, you go away. You go away.
Ryan is like intently clicking right now. I think he's actually searching for the Cliffro.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna find this.
This is gonna be good, guys.
I know exactly the picture I'm looking for too. It's that really crazy picture of us when we went to the beach.
Oh yeah, if you can find
the one where everyone looks exhausted and stoned.
The one where my wife had just got done drinking a mixed drink, and it turns out that's when she was pregnant with our first child, but we didn't realize it yet.
Oh,
that's the one.
That's the one.
I had a friend do that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know. You don't know you're pregnant.
You don't.
That's funny. Well, Batman's on Stahp, so be happy.
Well, who loves a good conspiracy theory? We all love a good conspiracy theory, and the people at Movie Pilot have an interesting one. Who killed Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru? And their theory, which they spell out in great detail, is who?
It's Boba Fett, and
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Okay, seriously, I read this article, and I don't know. Did you feel like the dumbest person on Earth because you didn't think of this first?
I didn't buy this.
I'm not sure I totally buy it. But I think it's a very interesting way of, like, the way conspiracy theorists connect the dots the way they want to connect them. That's what this felt like, but it made an awful lot of sense. It made an awful lot of sense.
Well, the things that Darth Vader totally references the fact that he did it. This is in the article. It says, do you remember the best line of that aforementioned bounty hunter scene in The Empire Strikes Back? You are free to use any methods necessary, but I want them alive. He stops by Boba Fett, looks him straight in the eye, and very pointedly says, no disintegrations.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's just because Boba Fett was known for doing that sort of thing. I don't think it was a point to this. I don't give Lucas that much credit.
But they never explained it anyway. Like, you know, obviously it was to get Luke out of, it was getting Luke out of his family situation and getting him to go with Obi-Wan. But they never did explain why they got killed. Is it just because they took those droids?
Whether or not it was Boba Fett, I don't know.
Boba Fett.
Nah.
Boba
Fett. I don't know. Now, I've always held to the theory that the stormtroopers weren't bad shots, but they were rather just like intentionally missing, so that on the Death Star, so that they could get away. I mean, that theory does kind of fall apart when they can't take down the teddy bears in the forest, or the Muppets take Endor. But
the Muppets take Endor.
But I don't know. I mean, a lot of what he says does make sense, but I mean, also a lot of it wasn't there until like Special Edition. Like Boba Fett wasn't confirmed on Tatooine until Special Edition, Star Wars.
Yeah, and then they have him standing behind Jabba.
Yeah, and it's also not unusual for that Boba Fett was on Tatooine. He was on retainer for Jabba the Hutt. So, yeah, I mean, he was there at Return of the Jedi too.
But if that's the case, if he was on retainer for Jabba, then Jabba didn't send anybody. He didn't even know that the Skywalkers existed.
No. And I mean, what was it? There was another point that was, how Vader would have known that this kid named Skywalker was on Tatooine. Vader wanted nothing to do with Tatooine. Like, he hated that place. That's why Luke was safe there. So
sand, it gets everywhere.
Yeah. Hayden Christensen. Son of a bitch. Anyway, But so I didn't buy this. I didn't buy it.
Okay, I just found pictures of the Cliffro.
You did? You gotta upload this sucker.
I'm gonna put them on Twitter and I'll link it.
Did anybody watch the Family Guy Simpsons crossover?
No.
That was weird. There's something about seeing Nelson in a ball gag that is a little bit off-putting.
Oh, it just seems weird.
But it was still a pretty funny episode.
Okay. If you want to see the Cliffro, I am putting it over in the live stream. As soon as I can. There we go. There we go. There we go.
That's not goodness.
It's not the picture Ryan talked about, but it's a golden example of the Cliffro.
That's awesome.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Now I will find the one.
Oh, I've got it. You want?
I'll find it.
I found it. I found that one. I found that one too.
He wants
but
that one.
You want me to share a picture of our whole family? And I guess I'll do that.
Oh, should we? Kids and stuff?
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm
your
the
daughter's
only
on
one
your
with
lap.
kids. Yeah,
your daughter's on your lap, so
a lot of weirdos.
I figure go with this one, the one that's just me.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Really
that's
bizarre.
cool.
I might Photoshop everybody else out of that and put it up later.
Nice. I like that.
Alrighty. Oh, okay. Back
Wait,
to
is
the
that
show.
you or is that Steven Tyler?
Eh? Yeah, that's not Steven Tyler.
Oh, no.
Well, apparently there's a movie I didn't know about coming out called Killing Hasselhoff that really I don't think I'm that interested in anyway. But there's something about it that makes me hate it. Hate it. KITT is apparently going to be featured.
You don't like KITT?
I love KITT. It's who's going to voice KITT.
What's the worst they could do?
What do you think is the worst that we can do?
Let's see. What's the worst voice for KITT?
Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, that would be great.
Gilbert would be awesome. Michael.
I still can't watch
Turbo
Aladdin
Boost
and
Michael.
not want to claw my ears off.
It'd just be like Iago driving a car.
Oh God, Sam Kinison doing KITT, the voice of KITT.
Well, he's
Oh,
dead. He's dead, so he won't be.
I
able to
know. Like, anybody you want. You can pick anybody you want.
Well, take Justin Bieber, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God,
no. I don't want him.
Justin Bieber will
Send
be
him
voicing
back to Canada.
KITT.
Yeah.
No. Not that I care too much, because this movie just screams what the hell anyway. But get your Bieber out of my KITT. I don't need him there. No, out, be gone. The power of Christ compels you out of the Trans Am.
I think we've got a show title right there.
out of my Trans Am.
Get your Bieber out of my KITT.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's a good chance. Good chance. Oh.
We did skip over the bad lip reading.
Oh, that's right. I didn't call it up as a story because it's just the video.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, is that the last of the in the news stuff anyway? Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know how nostalgic it is because it's just from last season, but still, it's pretty darn good. The bad lip reading folks are back again with another great take on The Walking Dead.
This is awesome. I was cracking up watching this because bad lip reading is they do really, really, really funny stuff anyway. But this is the first one that I've actually seen them do a song with.
Oh yeah, dirty, dirty, dirt.
Yeah, that Carl music video was awesome.
Dirty, dirty, dirt.
The Carl Poppa is
My
great.
flow. My flow.
You guys have to watch this. Even if you don't watch Walking Dead, it is really funny.
Yeah, the thing about the bad lip reading guys.
Guy with the knife.
I watched this off the show notes, and then I just go down this rabbit hole of bad lip reading.
Yeah.
Where I'm just watching. And before you know it, like I'm 3 days late for work because I'm just like, just watch all this stuff, and I'm just, man, and it's all hysterical.
I think my all-time favorite is the Twilight one, when they do the Twilight one for the bad lip reading. And because they're talking about cake and talking in the woods, it's like, I ate the cake. You weren't supposed to eat the cake. And they're, I ate it and it was good. It's awesome. You have to, and I think it's the first Twilight one that you have to watch. It's great.
I got a turtle.
His
name's
on
Anthony.
Twilight's great.
Get Anthony. He's in the tub.
No, if you want to have fun with Twilight, we've talked about this before, but get the riff tracks for it. Yes, get the riff tracks for the first Twilight.
Twilight watchable.
Okay.
Yeah. Any movie that's really terrible, like I want to get the Crystal Skull one, just because Crystal Skull is so terrible, but it makes every terrible movie just watchable. I mean, everything from like the running uphill to the Benny Hill music, to all the
ladies.
Every time they cut back and forth between people just kind of looking off camera, and it's just them go line, or every time that curly-haired kid comes in and they're like, what's his name? Harpo. Because he totally looks like Harpo Marx. And so he'll just be in the background and they'll just like cut to him. It's just like, Harpo. Oh, it's hysterical.
So this is the one from Twilight you're talking about?
Oh yeah, the original Twilight riff
tracks. The original
tracks
Twilight,
we discovered it because both of our wives wanted to watch it, and Ryan and Mars' caveat was, okay, but we're going to watch it with the riff tracks.
So explain this to me like I'm 5, because I've never done this. Is it just that you watch it?
It's you go to riff tracks, and it's the same guys that did Mystery Science Theater.
Okay.
They just can't get the rights to current movies. So what they do is they just record their commentary to the movie. Then you can download it like in an MP3 format, and they give you the instructions to sync up the movie with their commentary. And then you just play the commentary like on whatever while you watch the movie. And so as you're watching the movie, you're getting their voiceover commentary for everything, and it's hysterical.
Arcane, I think this is what we're gonna do this weekend. We have some folks from our chat room are gonna be visiting us this weekend. Laser and Midnight are coming down because they live in Wisconsin as well, and so we're totally doing this weekend. It's like perfect to hang out, drink beer, stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Now they even have setups on the website for certain movies that they do have the rights to that you can click and watch it all in one. Like the movie will come up with it. But we preferred having it on like an iPod and on a little docking station, so you could adjust the volume level to get the commentary just the right way.
Yeah.
And it's usually set up like, okay, when the logo fades away, press play.
Okay,
so when the logo fades away, you press play.
We're totally doing this. This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna report back next week. That's my
awesome.
homework.
Yay!
Oh, good.
Dirty dirt. My flow.
So Wisconsin, how's Green Bay doing tonight?
I
Does
don't know.
anybody have
I
a
can't
score
watch the
update?
game. They were leading 14-0 when I came upstairs to start getting ready.
Nice.
I don't know. I could check the score real quick.
Oh, the Star Wars Christmas special. I haven't seen that one with it.
That doesn't need a riff track. That thing's so ridiculous.
I know, but I can only imagine what they do.
To Princess Leia singing the Star Wars song.
35-0 Green Bay.
Oh God. Ouch.
Yeah.
Who are they beating on?
Minnesota.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You all take that game seriously.
That's the Green Bay. Green Bay Chicago's one of the big rivalries.
That's
isn't
true.
It?
That is too.
It's now 41-0.
You guys beat up on my Bears.
Okay. Well, 2 stories kind of came out back to back about big things going on with Netflix. Netflix is going to have its first original movie and it's going to be a sequel to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yes.
Were you all fans of the original?
I liked it. I mean, I'm not really a ninja movie person, but this was kind of beyond that, I think. Yeah. And but there's a big thing about this one that's kind of got people up in arms, and not only is it being done by Netflix and it's being released on Netflix, but it's also going to be released at IMAX movie theaters at the exact same time.
Holy cow.
And so there's upset going on here because these movie theaters are going, I don't want to purchase this for my IMAX theater. Nobody's going to come out and see it if they can sit down in their own, 100 million inch TV and watch it in their living room in the comfort of their own home.
Well, not everyone has the 100-inch TV. First of all.
Really?
Well, I don't.
But it's America.
America.
But there also is something about going to the theaters for a movie that you think is worth it.
Yeah.
Agree. We watch a lot of stuff on streaming. We watch a lot of stuff on Blu-ray, later so we can watch as much as we want. But there are certain movies that the movie is good enough, you will get me to come out to the movie theater.
Yeah.
But I am not going to go to the movie theater and spend the amount of money I have to for a movie theater for a movie that's a simple dialogue movie. Yes. I'm not. It's not happening. If I'm fine to watch it on my screen on the wall, that's what I'm going to do. But for something like this, I could see myself. IMAX, I don't know. But I remember the original Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon being such a spectacle. I could see myself paying to go see that.
Sure. I don't know. This is one of those questions that I would have is that, if it's not something that I really, really want to see, okay, let me back up. This is being put out in IMAX only in the movie theater. So IMAX is an experience unto itself. It's more expensive, but it's more of an experience unto itself. Still, I don't know if Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is the movie that would draw me to not want to stay at home to watch it and pay more money than I'm already paying to see even Netflix to do that. So I'm really torn. It's like, I don't know about that. And I can understand why the movie theaters would get upset because they don't want people to just stay at home. They have the ability to get you out there to see a first-run film. Guardians of the Galaxy, when that was out, everybody was going. Everybody made an event of it to go see it, maybe more than once. Yeah. And the movie theaters profit from that. So, but Netflix is doing something different, and I applaud them for that. I can see why this is going to be a difficult thing for businesses, because I know for me, you're not going to really get me to come out of my house when I'm comfy on my nice sofa. I've got my fridge over there, and I can go grab something to drink and eat, and it's already paid for.
And pants.
Now, what I think would be cool, what I would think would be cool was if you had a digital +1 service where you paid a fee and you got to go see it in the movie theater, but then you got to take home access to have it at home as well.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Which is kind of what the music industry is kind of doing now with the big vinyl resurgence craze. Is that a lot of these bands and comedians, whatever, that are putting out stuff on vinyl as a collector's item, you get a download code. So if you want to listen to it, you can listen to it on vinyl like once or twice. But if you don't want to wear out the vinyl, then you go have your digital download to carry around with you in your iPod and everything, so that you get both as part of the package deal.
Right.
And it just makes me wonder if we'd eventually would get to a point where you go to the movie theater, you see your big screen movie, and then you take your code home, boom, and then you download your version to watch it on a Roku box or a digital download service of some type, so you could watch it as much as you wanted.
Right.
I don't think so, because movies are the theaters are gonna want you to come back and see it again. Like, come back and see it again. I know people who've seen Galaxy of the Gardens multiple times, so the movie theaters
what?
Guardians of the Galaxy? Did I say something else? What'd I say?
You said Galaxies of the Garden. You said Galaxies of the
make
Garden.
fun of the kid with dyslexia. That's so cool, guys. That's so fucking cool.
I love how you lash back at me by giving me more things I have to edit. That's all.
Yep. So enjoy that bullshit. No, but so I know people who've gone and seen that movie twice. So the theater has punched that ticket, doubly now.
Yeah.
And then the studios aren't going to want you to do it because they're going to make most of their money from the Blu-ray and DVD sales. Mm-hmm. So I don't think so. I mean, things like Netflix and Hulu, all that right now are the bane of some of these studios because of that very thing. Sweariness is an awesome word, by the way, Lori.
Yeah. Well, Netflix is keeping it going because they've also announced that it will be the exclusive home for 4 new Adam Sandler movies. Now,
2 of which will be good.
Yeah, I was about to say, no guarantee they're all going to be good.
The Adam Sandler pattern is shite, good, shite, good. That's just how Jack and Jill was crap. Whatever, I don't care what it was that came next, was probably good.
I think he had 2 crap back-to-backs because he had Jack and Jill, then he had Bucky Larson, which even though he wasn't in, he had everything to do.
Oh, see, I only count like movies he's in.
He's actually in
as the pattern.
You don't count producer stuff. It's got to be the actual.
No. I don't count. Like Happy Gilmore production doesn't count. I count like an Adam Sandler flick.
Anybody in his right mind, what would compel him to want to make Jack and Jill?
I think I remember reading a book on his years on comedy on Saturday Night Live that he got the green light so many times for things that he came up with that turned out to be right. It just kept happening. There were, I think it was, what was her name? Sweeney. What was her last name? Julia Sweeney, saying that there were numerous times there were skits that were like she was a part of and other people were a part of that were going to be good skits. And he'd show up on Friday and say, hey, I thought up this funny song. And they would bump the skit that had been rehearsed all week because it was funny last time Adam did it. And even though it would be funny, there were several things that never saw the light of day because he got greenlit so many times because every time he did well. And it makes me wonder if he got greenlit so many times for so many ideas that now he's still used to being greenlit for every idea he gets, even if it's not going to work.
Sorry,
Jack and Jill did not.
I mean, they're in no realm of the universe would I think that concept is funny for someone that looks like Adam Sandler. He doesn't look like somebody's sister when he plays it. So I don't know. It really irked me that was even made. But this weekend I was watching my stepdaughter because my husband was working all weekend, and so when I'm with her, we usually watch movies together. And so I pulled The Wedding Singer as one of the options to watch, and she loved it. She thought it was fantastic. And I thought it was fantastic. And I'm thinking about all the Adam Sandler films that I've enjoyed, and that's one of them. 50 First Dates is one of them. Happy Gilmore is hysterical. But there's just these things where you look and you're like, Jack and Jill just seems like the bottom of the comedic barrel for Adam Sandler. So now with Netflix giving him four shows or 4 movies, it's 4 pictures.
With him having the pressure to come up with them in a certain amount of time, that will be interesting to see how that plays out.
I imagine that guy's got a notebook of ideas, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, we all have a notebook of ideas. That doesn't mean they're all good.
Yes, but they also don't all have Adam Sandler's name on him. Like he is almost guaranteed like X amount of dollars just based on his name.
Yes.
And that amount is probably whatever Jack and Jill cleared. But it's.
Do you remember it was a classic old South Park bit where Cartman was pretending to be a computer, a supercomputer, and who just kept regurgitating movie ideas, all of which involved Adam Sandler? That sounds like it's come full circle. It's come true. It's come true.
It's self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well, long ago, Liam Neeson. He was quoted as saying, "We'll never do a Taken 3 because if the child gets taken 3 times, that's just bad parenting."
I mean, after Taken 1, why did he not microchip this kid? All right, I've got a piece of rice in my dog that will help me find him if he ever gets away.
Well, if
Why
I
isn't there
remember
one in his
correctly,
kid?
I thought it was the wife that got taken the second time. I thought it was the wife that got taken the second time or something.
Well,
I don't know.
He should have low-jacked everybody he liked.
I haven't seen the second. I've seen the first. The first is good. The first is a good film. I love
any of them. I remember
the first
we
is
went and
good.
saw that together, and after that
did,
movie,
didn't we? Yeah.
We said, you know what, when this comes out on DVD, I'm going to buy it, because whenever my kid is like, but all the other kids are going on the senior trip or whatever, be like, here, let's sit down and watch this movie, dear. And that's why you're not going. That's
because your daddy doesn't have a certain set of skills that he's acquired over a long period of time.
No. Did you ever see The Family Guy where they did a scene that was a spoof off of that? Like, I think Meg got taken or whatever. And it's Peter Griffin. He's like, and he's doing the Liam Neeson speech where he's like, I don't have a certain set of skills. What I do have is a broken Casio watch. And like, he's coming up with all this crap he's got in his pockets or whatever. Really funny scene. But anyhow.
Lori says in the chat room, so is it renaming it Tooken?
Well, it's taken for the E.
Of course. Because that's witty and funny.
That's great. That's great. So much hope for movies.
Now, Taken 1 was good. Taken 2, I don't even mind Taken 2, because was it the wife that got taken in Taken 2?
I haven't seen Taken 2, so I can't speak to it.
I did, but it's so hard to tell what was Taken 1 and Taken 2 in my brain, because people get kidnapped. They blended. But I mean, the wife should get kidnapped. I mean, the whole thing was her fault. So.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm just saying, like, she let the kid go. Like, I think he did a great job of not saying "I told you so." That's all.
He did. There was a lot of self-control. I would not have been able to have not said it at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, way back in I Remembered It Better history, we brought you the Zombieland TV series that Amazon was trying to launch, and it didn't. Thank goodness.
Seriously.
It was new actors for all of the main roles. And we thought pretty much that Zombieland was dead, for lack of a better term. But it seems that now a sequel is suddenly becoming a big priority for Sony Pictures. Because everybody wants a zombie movie.
It's too late. It's too late at this point. The zombie craze has seemed to have died. And that's no pun intended, I promise. But I think they missed the bus. They did. They could have done this about 4 years ago and maybe had something to do with it. 2009 was when this film came out. So, well, it's 4 years ago. So maybe 2 years ago we would have still been okay. But the zombie, I don't think everybody.
The statute of limitations has passed. It's
totally. I think so. People are moving on.
Especially if you're talking about not having Woody Harrelson and Face, what's his name in there?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I can't remember people's names. I just describe body parts I know they have. Like there's feet was in that movie, and then there was fingers. No, so
uneven butt cheeks. What was it? What was he?
Whoa! What are you doing looking at somebody's butt cheeks? Hey.
I'll thank you to stay out of my home videos, Cliff. But no, I don't think so.
And it's not looking like the original cast will be a part of this. But
well, that's just it's what we didn't like about the TV show. Is it was well, the worst thing about the TV show is they tried to throw new actors at us and claim they were the old characters, and I hate that. I hate that.
No.
So
don't do it. We're too smart for you.
Yeah, I'm not a smart man, but I know who Woody Harrelson is.
Run,
Jenny.
Run.
Make me a bird. That's right. Feet was Uma Thurman. Thank you. I could not remember her name. No, that's perfect. Perfect.
Lori again winning points in the chat room.
She's dominating the chat room tonight.
Were you guys fans of the Mortal Kombat movie?
No.
I mean,
The
I know it's
first
not.
one.
I know it's not high theater, but it
No.
was fun. The original
I liked
is
it.
fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I liked
the first one. The first one.
Yeah. Larry Kazanoff, who was the producer of the Mortal Kombat movie. Now, before I read the following sentence, I want you to know I double-checked the date on this story over and over and over again to make certain it wasn't a leftover April 1st thing. It's not. He has announced that his next big film is Tetris.
Buy that soundtrack, Cliff.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
seriously. Buy
Ding,
that.
ding, 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 ding.
And then you start getting higher up the column and it gets faster.
Oh. But what he says is this isn't a movie with a bunch of lines running around the page. We're not giving feet to the geometric shapes. He says they plan to spin off location-based entertainment based on the epicness.
I don't know what they're going to do here.
I have no idea either. I mean,
Pieces have to fall on other pieces in order for this to work, and then it's hokey because it's not real.
I've watched Battleship. I actually took it. I had a parishioner that asked me to watch Battleship because he was a Navy guy. So I watched Battleship, and it was the biggest shoehorning of the property into a movie I have ever seen. There was no point did anybody ever say he sank my battleship. Thank God. But they were trying to track an alien ship and attacking it on a grid and actually calling out E5. I'm like, oh God, no. So I want to know at what point a straight line gets dropped and all four lines fall down. I want to know where it's going to happen. And someone yells, Tetris!
Yeah, I mean, I can see the Battleship movie. Terrible idea, but I could see how you could take that game and make it into a movie. I can see Hungry Hungry Hippos as a movie before I can see Tetris as a movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, what's not to love? 4 hippos just running around town eating everything. And you can only stop them with marbles, because they're hungry hippos.
Yeah. If they were just hungry, it'd be okay. But because they're hungry,
need a cabbage, that'd be ended.
They're a true menace.
Michael Bay, that shiz right there.
Oh, yeah. Ruined more toys I played with, Michael Bay.
That is going to be the best.
Michael Bay brings you
hungry
Light Bright.
Oh, yes.
Michael Bay's Glowworm.
Michael Bay's Lily. Ding, ding, ding. 1, 2, 3, blah, 4, 5, 6, blah, 7, 8, 9, blah, 10. Blah,
dun,
blah.
dun. Yeah, I feel like that was a Michael Bay movie.
If not, it will be shortly.
Right.
All right, I sent you the. Oh, we didn't.
Yep,
but
we didn't do the other one because you skipped. That's okay. We'll do the play. Ready?
No, wait, stop. Hungry Hungry Hippos movie is really happening.
2012.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to this other part of the internet.
Yeah, I've got to do this too. First showing. It's October. Okay, this isn't. Oh.
I love the movie poster.
I know. The battle for Earth begins in Africa. Hungry hippos.
This can't. No, that can't be real. That
It's
can't be
2012.
real.
Of course, it's not real.
Oh, April 2012.
Oh man.
Somebody
Unless they're
needs to
making
make a
this
video
movie
of this.
and a DeLorean. So, that was great. I love that poster. I want that movie poster now. That's what I want now. Is just like shitty Michael Bay movie posters for movies that aren't happening.
All right, here we go.
Michael Bay Spirograph. This is the new podcast. Sorry, go ahead.
It takes a steady hand because if you touch the side,
You sank my battleship.
Play with me.
Maybe you want to have something that's fully articulated and moves and can pick up and hold guns, or maybe you want something that just looks cute on the shelf, like a little baby Groot. Who wants a little baby Groot on their shelf?
Me.
Oh, very, very nice.
I don't know if
Now
I want
this,
to pay $80 for it.
yeah, it's a little easier to swallow than the Hot Toys full-size Groot. But Dragon Models has this for $80. You can have a Groot in a little pot. I would want it to dance for $80.
He's
$80.
Yeah, he's got to be like play music and you need to dance along with this little guy because he's adorable. But yeah, dancing baby Groot. That's got to be.
He does dance. You just have to turn around.
Oh, that's true when you're not looking at him.
Yeah, no kidding.
That would be the thing to put on it. Only dances when you're not looking. Really dances, but only when you're not looking.
It's your own personal Toy Story.
Oh, did kind of side note, but did any of you watch Saturday Night Live this past week?
No.
With daggone it, now I'm forgetting his name.
Chris Pratt.
Chris
Fingers.
Pratt.
Oh, okay.
Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt. Their opening, the first main skit of the show was one who is a little lonely boy who has a birthday party all by himself, and he wishes his toys would come to life. And Chris is playing He-Man, and Taron Killen plays Lion-O, and they're these full-size things. And the thing is, it's not like they're intelligent; they're like mentally deficient versions of each character. it's like, what's that? That's cake. What do I do with cake? And the kids are like, I thought this would be like a Toy Story thing, and you all would like give life lessons. And all of a sudden, Taron Killen as Lion-O start touching himself. This feels good, Danny. It's like,
whoa.
It was, yeah. And then He-Man and Lion-O start touching each other, and it's really bizarre. Yeah. Like, oh, Saturday Night Live, you do not disappoint. Midnight saying that was so creepy. Yes, it was very creepy. Very creepy. And it really felt like it was a weaker sketch. It should have been later in the show, but still, it was just kind of, this feels good, Danny. When this touched that chair, it felt good. Oh, God. All right. Are we to our cereal?
It looks like cereal time.
All right, Eric, go get your cereal prepped. I'll be right back. Give me just a second. Oh, yeah.
I gotta go grab mine from behind. I don't have any milk up here though. Oh, sorry, buddy. Hi. Hi. Did I wake you up? Did I wake you up? Huh? Hi, Karis. Look at what we have. La 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 la. Hi. Oh, Mommy woke you up, didn't she? That's smelly. That smells really bad. And probably really good. Hi, Karis. So cute. It's a very sleepy kitty is what he is. He's very sleepy. And this guy is like, he's staring at me and he's going, oh, I had to move because I had the chair move in front of me. Hi. Hi. His face is very cute right now. Yeah. I think they had to go to like Timbuktu. Yes, they went to Timbuktu. I hear noises. I hear people. There were people moving around.
I'm back.
Hello. I don't have any milk over here though.
Oh my goodness!
It's
You have the full
downstairs.
thing.
I'm just gonna eat. I'm just gonna eat it dry because I like dry cereal.
Okay, well, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, look at this! Look at this! He's got a mug.
Oh, yeah. Marshall Thundering Herd, baby.
Look at that.
Woo!
Starbucks giant coffee cup.
Giant coffee cup. I've got a big box of stuff. How about that? Big box
That'd be
of
fine.
stuff.
Oh, I brought my box, too. So.
Oh, God. I hope my mic's not good enough that you guys heard me bust my ass on the stairs coming back up.
No.
Oh, man. Oh.
Did you wipe out?
With a mug full of cereal and milk in it, too. But I saved the cereal. But no, I guess if I moved my stairs because I stepped down like too early.
Midnight linked that sketch. Linked that sketch in the show notes.
Oh, cool. Let's watch that while I relocate my knee.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, She-Ra's in it, too?
Yeah. Ariana Grande.
It's going to play. Like, you guys will hear it, but...
Okay.
A He-Man action figure? Just what I wanted! Mom, this has been the best birthday ever. I almost don't care that none of my classmates came to my party.
Aww, well, honey, growing up isn't easy for anyone. At least you have your toys.
Yeah, but my toys can't talk or sing my songs with me. We are friends who dream out loud.
Oh, honey, maybe don't do the song, okay? Here, why don't you make your birthday wish, and Mama's gonna go upstairs and take a nap, okay? Please don't bother me, sweetheart. Love you.
I wish my toys were alive.
He-Man and
No
Lionel.
way, my wish came true. Hi, He-Man, I'm Danny.
Danny.
And you're Lionel.
Okay.
You're alive.
Danny.
What is alive? Careful, stop.
Danny, tell us what alive is. Danny. Stop.
I thought this would be a Woody and Buzz Lightyear thing, like where you guys would know your worlds but you guys don't know anything.
Danny, what are those?
These are pants.
Pants. Pants. Danny, why don't we have pants? Pants.
No, that's cake.
Why is cake, Danny?
Look, you eat it, see?
Wipes
I
his
like
face with cake.
Cake? Oh.
Danny, Mom's making me say happy birthday to you, so happy birthday, okay? Let's.
What was that?
That was just my sister.
I like sister. I feel good when I see sister. Bring back sister, Danny.
No, you guys are supposed to play with me.
I want sister.
Punches through the wall.
Don't do that.
Give us more cake, Danny. Oh. I touched this to that part and it felt good. Why?
He hit the chair with his crotch.
I like it. I like this, Danny. Do this.
And then He-Man does it.
This feels good, Danny. This is good. Good like cake, but different good. This is good. I want this with the sister. With the sister. Where is sister, Danny?
Her room's down the hall.
Down the hall.
Through the wall.
Now give me more cake.
Okay, there might be some more in there.
Close the refrigerator door.
There is no cake, Danny. Did you find sister? I found other sister.
She-Ra.
Whoa! She-Ra, you're alive too?
I heard you guys were doing this.
Can I have a birthday hug?
I don't like hugs. I like this. What is going on in here?
No, it's not my fault, Mom. I made a wish and
Mom? Mom! I like Mom.
Like Mom, too.
Oh, my sweet meats. Danny, you may have blown out the candle, but Mama's wish done come true. Do you two want to see our hot tub?
Hot tub? Yes, Mom, hot tub. This feels good, Mom.
Oh, I know. And, Shira, come on. I know you're a freak.
Oh, poor Danny.
This feels good, Danny. All righty.
really
Here we
want
are,
cake
coming to the
now.
home stretch.
All right. Let me get some sounders. Here we go. Favorite flashback.
My hot dog has a first name. He likes it. Hey, Mikey. Hey, you got your chocolate and my peanut butter.
Flavor flashback.
Yeah, boy.
Taking our taste buds on a tour of the past in modern day to see if the things we loved as kids still tickle our taste buds. That's Flavor Flashback, and I have to say, I have been waiting for this for 6 days. Last Friday, after we did the show, we took our daughter to a dance class, and my wife and I went to do some shopping. We went to Target, and lo and behold, at the end of the row was a collection of monster cereals. Boo Berry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula were there. And Boo Berry was always my favorite of all of them. Boo Berry was always my favorite. So I will admit I may have had a bowl of the Frankenberry and the Count Chocula, but I've been saving Boo Berry to this moment for the testing of Boo Berry. And the rest of you got one of your own monster cereals as well. What do you each have?
Well, Ryan is sitting there with the biggest mug I've ever seen.
Yes, of Count Chocula.
Yeah, I have a box of that sitting on the floor next to me. I think I'm going to have some this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got mine and basically put my foot down on the house. Like, this box cannot be opened until I open it. So, and I think we did this last year. I had Frankenberry last year.
Yeah, you had the Frankenberry. I was not able to find Boo Berry last year, so I missed out on the tasting of the.
And then
of
Brian
my
did
favorite.
Brian did Count Chocula, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm hanging on to the Frankenberry box over here, so we've got one of each going on.
Okay.
All right.
Why don't you go first, Jules?
All right. Now, I don't have any milk here, so I'm going to try with the marshmallows, since that's in there, and see what we think.
You're not going to separate them out?
No. Oh, that's strawberry.
That's not natural
Kind of.
strawberry, but it's strawberry.
No, there's not a strawberry in the world that tastes like
That's
Frankenberry.
the epitome of perfumey strawberry cereal, and it's so good. Oh my god.
No, I think
This is
Frankenberry is a
crack.
great name for that. Yeah, because it's made in a lab. That's lab strawberry.
This is crack. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting a big bowl of this when I'm done. This is really good.
Heck with just a sampling.
I'm good. This is awesome. But it's like
Okay.
it's totally strawberry.
All right, Ryan, you take down the Count Chocula.
All right. So let's see here.
You already pre-mixed your milk in. You're all set?
Yeah, my milk's in. I'm good to go.
Is the milk turning brown already? Chocolatey?
I can't tell because I have such a massive amount of Count Chocula in here. Like, there's milk 3 feet below it. But yeah, that's good fake chocolate.
Fake chocolate for the win.
Oh man, yeah, that's the sugar and marshmallows and chocolate and diabetes.
Diabetes. Enjoy it.
All right. Now I am a little I'm actually worried because Boo Berry was always my favorite.
Yeah.
And I love Boo Berry. And I have to tell you that looking at it, the color seems different.
Really?
I remember it being more blue, and this is more purple.
Hold it up to the camera if
So,
you can.
okay,
Can we see it?
take a look in there when it comes around to everybody. It's more purple than it is blue.
I mean, it actually looks brown on the camera color.
Yeah.
But
And it's also differently shaped. They used to be like wheel-looking things, and now they look like little ghosts, and I think that's what all of you have. So I'm going to add my milk here. I have my... Oh, the mug is pouring milk back upon itself.
Don't get the equipment.
Yeah, that's not going to be the equipment. If I disappear, you'll know what happened. Alrighty. I have my
taken.
I got my big. Leave the podcast running. You're going to be taken. Tell me everything you can about the people when they take you.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want, but we really need you to edit this show when we're done.
Alrighty. Here we go.
As you remember, or no?
It's not as blueberry-ish as I remember.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind, my taste buds are 25 years older probably than the last time I had this, so it's possible, but it's good, and in fact, it's building the more I eat it.
Yeah.
So
strong blueberry flavor?
It's getting stronger.
Yeah.
Did you get new blueberry box? Like Stoner Blueberry?
Yeah. No, but it's old blueberry, but he still looks pretty stonerish when you look at it.
You got throwback blueberry?
Yeah, I got throwback blueberry with the mask on the back.
Yeah, I got the mask on the back too.
Which actually, my daughter was the most excited about the fact that she was going to have 3 masks she could wear. Like, oh, I can wear a mask. Can we cut it out? Let's wait till the cereal's gone, honey, and then you can have them.
I found this at Target. Target has their own Halloween section, and I found it on one of the shelves in that section, but some people were saying they were on end caps there. And Ryan, you found yours at Kroger's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, they're big.
Yeah, there's a huge 2 pallets of this stuff just sitting on the end caps at Kroger. And it's the new art. So you've got Stoner Blueberry, you got Check Out My Pretty Pink Nails Frankenberry, and you got Count Chocula. Hey, I just got out of date rape camp. So yeah.
Nice.
What I think is interesting is like so many things today. Where is it? I saw it on here at one point. Oh, the blueberry doesn't have it on there. Oh no, it does. It does. This has 11 grams of whole grains per serving.
Oh, yay!
It's healthy.
Yeah, because the pure strawberry intoxication that I have after sniffing Frankenberry is healthy as well.
Yeah. How they make an effort to make it seem like it's healthy in some fashion. Yeah, I'm not buying it. It's delicious though. I like it. I do like it.
It's better for you than black tar heroin. So
Well, yeah.
there's that.
It's got that going for it.
No matter what else there is in the world, there's always black tar heroin down there at the bottom.
But if you check out your local stores, you should be able to find your monster cereals through October. So
yes,
it's all part of the lovely flavors of fall. So go out and grab you a box and re-eat your childhood.
Yay!
Ooh, re-eat your childhood?
Oh.
And with your mouth full? Sorry, which finishing school did you go to, Princess?
Oh, Lori says, Cliff, I'd imagine by now you know what a real blueberry tastes like. As opposed to as a kid where I would accept it as a blueberry.
I'm proud to say that I haven't had a real piece of fruit in 7 years. So,
wow.
Yay, scurvy.
All right. Have you got any interactions for us this week?
I do.
Okay. Get another bite of cereal here. I'll be vibrating as I try to go to sleep tonight.
No, yeah, seriously. Lots of sugar. Let's go to bed.
Eat your inner child.
Nice, Angela.
All right. I promise.
I'm gonna be really sad if you choke, because like I'm gonna have to sit there and watch you choke, and I can't do anything about it. And I think I might just have to turn off my Skype because I don't think I'd be able to watch that.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch you choke on that.
I would hope you would at least try to call my wife.
If she's anything like no, your wife never picks up the phone.
That's true. She doesn't.
Never ever picks up. I'm gonna be dying in a ditch a block from your house.
Jules, when your phone rings, do you answer it?
If I know who it is, then I will answer it. If it's on my cell phone. If anyone calls my landline though, because nobody uses it, then I don't answer it. I have a thing about not answering the door though.
Okay.
Because I don't like it when people just show up to my door without letting me know that they're arriving here. So I won't answer the door if someone comes in and Ken gets mad at me for that.
If I'm ever held hostage and the hostage takers hand me their phone to call my wife, I am going to look at them and say, just shoot me in the head now. Because she is not going to answer the phone.
No.
She is going to let it go to voicemail and then decide if it's important enough call for her to return.
Well, that's why you need to have Ryan as your emergency contact.
No, that's when Cliff ran out of gas. That's who he called.
I called Ryan. I didn't bother calling my wife.
I don't think your wife has answered a phone call from me in like 5 years.
Yep. And if you're calling on a cell phone, that's one thing. At least she knows it's Ryan who's calling.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, she's like, I'll check to see if it's important, then I'll call them back.
No, if I know who it is, I'm answering it. If I don't know who it is, and if I don't recognize the number, and I'm like, because nowadays you can get kind of the telemarketer calls on your cell phone if you're not careful. So.
I think from now on, I'm going to start leaving her messages that are like, oh my God, please call me back. Please hurry. Oh my God. I don't know. Click. Those are the messages I'm going to start leaving for her.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's start to wrap this thing on home. Looking at the old internet mailbag to see the ways you're interacting with us. What do we got for this week, Jules?
Well, we got a tweet from Mark Honan who said that he got the very first day they came out, the Ghostbusters donuts at Krispy Kreme were available. And so he texted me this in the morning and said, and showed me a picture and said, I think I need to try these. And I said, oh my gosh, you got to tweet this. So he did. And he said that they were a sugary win. So we talked about them and they are win.
Has he started taking insulin yet?
I don't think so. But, after a couple more of those, there's probably insulin in the future.
Good chance. So hang on. Let me find a pen here. Here we go. All right. Donuts are good. I feel like He-Man now. Like, what is cake?
And Navox CTR sent us this link from YouTube. Retro Commercials Forever is the name of the channel. And if you go to youtube.com/user, it's My Saturday Mornings is the name of the user. With the O in mornings is a 0. Tons and tons and tons of retro video game commercials, which is really cool. So check it out on YouTube, which is the awesome thing about YouTube, because you can see all of these retro commercials.
Does it have? Please tell me they have the old Zelda one that makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm thinking so. There's. Do
you remember the one I'm talking about?
I don't even remember this now.
It was like a black background and a guy in a black T-shirt going on, "Eek Octoroks! Oh, connectoids!" Like making all these weird. Like it had nothing to do with the game whatsoever. Like you learned nothing about the game. There was this guy having just kind of a performance art piece with the word Nintendo at the end of it.
Your spaz out moment was perfect, by the way.
Thank you.
That was awesome. And we got a lot of great feedback last week on Twitter for us doing our first live broadcast. So thank you to everybody who showed up in the chat room for us for the first live broadcast. And unfortunately, I didn't have the setting on that I could, export it out to YouTube and save the video. So I fixed that, and it will now be available on YouTube under my channel on YouTube. Awesome. So we'll have archives of the shows out there, and you get to see how the sausage is made. If you're listening to the podcast and you want to see the video, you can see Ryan on video now because he's got his video going. He's holding up his thumbs. So yeah, that's our feedback from the week on social media.
All right. And with all of that, it's time to go back to present day. We hope that we haven't permanently destroyed your childhood. If you'd like to suggest something for us to look back on, you can email us at iremembereditbetter@gmail.com. You can follow the show at IRIBetter on Twitter. Follow me at RevanGeek, Ryan at RAllGood98, and Jules at JulesRPG. If you missed any of that, you can find all the info on this program by going to www.iribetter.com. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/iribetter. Our voiceovers are provided by Amy Breedlove. You can follow her on Twitter at VoiceWork, that's Voice WERK, and through her website, www.amiebreedlove.com. We're part of the Signals Media All-Star Network podcast family, found at www.signalsmedia.com. What you got going on around the ranch over there, Jules?
Around the ranch, I have a Torn Think Tank on Saturday. We didn't have an episode of that TV show this week because Pat was in Colorado visiting his family. I am not sure if we're going to have another one this week. I think so, but I'm not certain. So just keep an eye on Twitter if you guys are that TV show fans. And as Cliff mentioned earlier in the show,